Maybe eventually the hipsters 10 years from now will help CDs make a comeback, and it'll be the cool thing again to have CDs. But that's a shot in the dark. Groove Shark is essentially the YouTube for music. So the analogy there works in a wide spectrum, and I'm very glad that YouTube's around because it makes the Groove Shark pitch a lot easier. But everything they're trying to do for video, we're trying to do for audio. So I view our central mission as to compete with piracy by creating a better product. And I think our approach to competing with piracy is different than most other services before us, which I think is why we've had a lot of success in that. And I'd say, again, that there's an analogy to be drawn there between how we compete with piracy and how YouTube competes with piracy. If you're watching a cat video on YouTube, you're not necessarily doing it specifically so that you don't pirate it. But what you are really doing, in essence, is using that as the medium to watch it, as opposed to getting it illegally or however else you might have gotten it. And that provides obviously opportunities for revenue generation on the ad side, so that content owners can get paid for their works. Our goal isn't to disrupt. Our goal is to create, and a result of that creation is that it will change the status quo. But we're not ruffling feathers for the sake of ruffling feathers. What we're really trying to do is just create something that fills a need. And we fundamentally believe that right now digital music is nowhere near where it needs to be. Right now it's probably a challenging time to be an artist. I mean, it's a challenging time to be in the music space at all. I would imagine it's also not easy to be working at a record label right now. But I think that if there were an approach that if there were a single approach to recommend for an artist, it would be to not take one approach. It would be to kind of say that the internet has changed a lot of paradigms with regard to how people listen to music. Previously, radio was like the one-stop shop for reaching the audience. As long as you had a good in with radio stations, that was pretty much it. Obviously, there were a lot of other things on the side, but it was just such a substantial player that it really helped keep everything kind of consolidated. Now that's no longer the case. So if I were an artist, what I would basically be doing is putting my content out in every possible medium, in every way that I can, and then focusing on building myself up as, I want to say as a brand, but not in terms of the way that can be misconstrued, not in terms of like selling out or something like that, but in terms of recognizing that the real value to my fans is a unique connection to me.